Hello. So, I wanted to look at the Afghan crisis at a slight angle today. I was interested in the thing that Dominic Raab said. Let me quote him. Our message is going to be this. Afghanistan must never be used to launch terrorist attacks against the West. We've had 20 years of success in that regard. And my point is that final phrase, in that regard, that little expression, that buzzword, which comes from business speak. It's a business speak buzzword, and there is a question about whether or not it's of American rather than British origin. As a rule, British business would favour in this respect, but American English has favoured in this regard. Now, in this regard is something which is becoming ubiquitous. I can hardly open an essay without reading somebody talking about in that regard, in this regard, with regards to. It's sloppy English. And, we can go back to the beginning of the 20th century for people pulling academics up on this particular issue and pulling students up on this particular issue. There's a fellow called Anthony Bryce, Anthony Bierce, who takes issue and puts this expression on his blacklist. In fact, he puts the expression in this respect, or with respect to, with regards to, let's say, sloppy English. And I think it's this sort of sloppy business English which has got us into a mess in the first place. And we haven't said what we mean. And for people whose language English is not the first, for people whose first language is not English, gosh, we finally got that one out. For people whose first language is not English, I think this sloppy, authoritarian, slightly condescending use of English is misleading. And when things don't work out in business, we send people to the complaints department. So I wonder if the Foreign Office has its own complaints department, probably in association with HSBC and Virgin Media. You'll be on hold for a very long time. And then you'll be managed by somebody who doesn't really understand what the issue is. Well, the issue is plain. The issue is about plain English. Saying what we mean, meaning what we say. And I think if we had meant what we said 20 years ago, then we would have stuck the job out. There's somebody who's been suspiciously quiet over the last few days, and that's Tony Blair. I would really like to know what Tony Blair, who sort of got us into this in the first place, what Tony Blair has to say about this. Tony Blair, of course, is a master of business English, the neologisms of commerce. So there we are. Please do subscribe to the site, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bay's just off for a little walk.